The hidden potassium trap for kidney health. Did you know that one single banana contains over 425 milligrams of potassium, enough to throw your kidney balance off if your kidneys aren't filtering properly? That's right. What seems like a healthy snack can silently strain your kidneys, especially if you're living with kidney disease or borderline kidney function. So here's the question. Why are so many people doing everything right, eating clean, cutting salt, drinking more water, yet their kidney numbers keep going up, not down? Why do lab results still show high creatinine, or worse, rising potassium levels that doctors warn can affect the heart? They're eating more fruits and vegetables. They're choosing whole grains. They're even avoiding red meat. But here's the twist. Some of those very foods, the ones often labeled healthy, can quietly overload the kidneys with potassium. It all comes down to balance, not just what you eat, but how much your kidneys can handle. Potassium isn't the enemy. In fact, it's essential for heart rhythm, nerve health, and muscle strength. But when your kidneys weaken, the very mineral that keeps you alive can become toxic if it builds up in your blood. I've seen this too many times. Patients who thought they were eating perfectly bananas for breakfast, spinach salads for lunch, tomatoes for dinner, only to end up with dangerously high potassium levels. The truth is, even clean eating can harm your kidneys if you don't know which foods are high or low in potassium. And that's what we're uncovering today. Because if you miss this balance, no supplement, no detox, and no medication can fully undo the damage. Potassium overload can silently wear down your kidneys, raise your blood pressure, and even affect your heartbeat. So today, we're cutting through the confusion. No fear-mongering, no trendy fads, just science, simple food swaps, and clear guidance you can follow from your own kitchen. I'm Dr. Mattheus, and this is Kidney Health 365. Let's start with the core principle. Every kidney patient should know the golden rules and expert advice for managing potassium the right way. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, balance is everything. Potassium is a vital mineral. Your muscles, nerves, and heart depend on it. But too much can overwhelm weakened kidneys. According to experts from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, most people with chronic kidney disease should keep their daily potassium intake between 1,500 and 2,000 milligrams. That's far less than what an average American diet provides. Registered dietitian Tori Jones-Armel explains that one of the biggest mistakes kidney patients make is assuming that all fruits and vegetables are automatically safe. In reality, some healthy foods like bananas, potatoes, tomatoes, and even whole grains can send potassium levels soaring if your kidneys can't filter efficiently. The key is portion control and smart food selection. Instead of cutting out entire food groups, learn to choose wisely. Low-potassium options like apples, berries, squash, rice, and cauliflower can help nourish your body without burdening your kidneys. And for protein, lean poultry or fish like flounder are better than fatty cuts of meat or high-potassium seafood like salmon. Even beverages matter. Milk and orange juice are surprisingly high in potassium, so experts recommend limiting them to small portions or choosing non-dairy alternatives like almond or oat milk. And if you're a coffee drinker, one small cup per day is usually the limit for those managing potassium. The principle is simple: moderation, mindfulness, and monitoring. Watch your portion sizes. Avoid high potassium condiments like tomato sauce. And stay hydrated with water instead of sugary or processed drinks. If this sounds overwhelming, don't worry. You don't need to memorize long food lists or count every milligram. Start small, swap one high-potassium food for a lower one each day. Over time, those small adjustments make a big difference. Now that you know the ground rules, let's make it practical. Coming up next, I'll show you how to replace your favorite high-potassium foods with smarter, kidney-safe choices that taste just as good. Here's the good news. You don't have to give up your favorite meals to protect your kidneys. You just need to make smarter swaps. Even small changes in your ingredients can drastically lower your potassium intake without sacrificing taste or nutrition. Let's take a classic American dinner: roast beef and potatoes. It's hearty and comforting. But that single plate can pack more than 575 milligrams of potassium. Now, swap it for grilled chicken with carrots, and your total drops below 500 milligrams. You still get protein, fiber, and flavor, but your kidneys get a much-needed break. Another example. If you love mashed potatoes, try mashed cauliflower instead. It's creamy, satisfying, and contains less than half the potassium. The same goes for your side dishes. Broccoli, asparagus, or zucchini can easily replace spinach or beans, which are loaded with potassium. And when it comes to whole grains, moderation is key. While oats and brown rice are rich in nutrients, they're also higher in potassium. Switching to white rice or plain pasta occasionally can help balance your mineral levels. Remember, this isn't about cutting all healthy foods. It's about knowing what your kidneys can handle and rotating wisely. Here's a quick tip from dietitians. Build your plate with 1 low-potassium protein, 1 non-starchy vegetable, and 1 small serving of rice or pasta. Season it with herbs and olive oil instead of tomato sauce, which can add an extra 500 milligrams of potassium per half cup. Simple swaps like these can reduce potassium by hundreds of milligrams per meal, and over the course of a week, that difference adds up fast. Now that we've covered your everyday foods, let's move to the next big question: what about seafood? Fish can be one of the healthiest proteins for your heart and kidneys, but only if you pick the right kind. Let's look at which fish are kidney-friendly and which ones to avoid. Fish can be one of the best protein sources for your kidneys: light, heart-friendly, and full of omega-3 seconds that help reduce inflammation. But not all seafood is created equal. Some types are packed with potassium, which can quietly build up in the bloodstream and strain your kidneys if you're not careful. The key is knowing which fish to enjoy and which to avoid. Dietitians recommend low-potassium fish, such as flounder, perch, haddock, or canned tuna. These options provide about 200 to 300 milligrams of potassium per 3-ounce serving, which fits nicely into a kidney-safe diet. They're also rich in protein and omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients that support heart health, reduce oxidative stress, and may even help lower inflammation linked to chronic kidney disease. On the other hand, you'll want to limit high-potassium fish, such as halibut, cod, tuna steaks, and snapper. A single serving of these can contain nearly 480 milligrams of potassium, quickly pushing you over your daily limit. While these are healthy for most people, for someone with kidney disease, they can make your potassium levels rise too fast. When it comes to preparation, simplicity is key. Grilling, baking, or steaming fish helps retain nutrients without adding sodium or fat. Avoid deep frying or using heavy sauces. Many contain hidden salt or potassium additives. A squeeze of lemon, a drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of herbs can bring out natural flavor without burdening your kidneys. If you get bored with plain fish, try a variation. Mix flaked canned tuna with Greek yogurt and herbs for a quick sandwich, or bake haddock with garlic and zucchini for a light dinner. These small adjustments help you keep meals satisfying and kidney-friendly. A quick note: if you're on potassium-restricting medications or diuretics, check with your doctor before increasing fish intake. Even healthy foods can interact with treatment plans. I'm Dr. Mattheus from Kidney Health 365. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps more people find this information. Now, let's talk about fruits. Which ones are safe and which can push your potassium too high without you realizing it. If you're living with kidney disease, fruits can still be your friend as long as you pick the right ones. Low-potassium fruits are not only safe for your kidneys, but they also deliver vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that help your body fight inflammation and maintain healthy digestion. Experts from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics suggest that the best choices are fruits that contain under 200 milligrams of potassium per serving. That means apples, berries, and peaches top the list. A tennis ball-sized apple or a small peach offers less than 200 milligrams of potassium, while half a cup of mixed berries, blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries gives you antioxidants that protect your blood vessels and kidney cells. These fruits are rich in vitamin C and plant compounds called polyphenols, which help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress, two factors that often worsen kidney damage. Plus, their natural sweetness satisfies sugar cravings without the potassium spike you'd get from bananas, mangoes, or papayas. But remember, even low-potassium fruits can become a problem if you eat too much at once. Moderation is key. Aim for 2 to 3 small servings per day, spaced throughout your meals. Always wash fruits thoroughly. And when possible, choose fresh or frozen options over canned ones, which often contain added sugar or preservatives that can stress your kidneys. Here's a simple tip. Build a fruit bowl with half an apple, a few strawberries, and a handful of blueberries, or blend them with water or almond milk for a light morning smoothie. These combinations keep your potassium low while boosting hydration and antioxidants. For those who want to add variety, try alternating fruits by color: red berries for antioxidants, green apples for fiber, and yellow pears for hydration. This not only keeps your diet interesting but also covers a broader range of nutrients. If you've eaten any of these fruits recently, type 1 in the comments. And if you're just learning about them today, type 0. Next, we'll explore vegetables, which ones you can enjoy freely, and which ones you should treat with caution if you want to protect your kidneys. Vegetables are essential for good health. But when your kidneys can't filter potassium properly, choosing the right ones becomes crucial. The goal isn't to avoid vegetables altogether, it's to pick low-potassium options and prepare them in ways that reduce potassium while keeping all the nutrients your body needs. Dietitians recommend focusing on vegetables that contain less than 200 milligrams of potassium per serving. Some of the best choices include broccoli, carrots, asparagus, corn, yellow squash, and zucchini. Half a cup of cooked carrots or broccoli provides fiber, vitamin A, and antioxidants without overloading your kidneys. These veggies also help balance fluid levels, improve digestion, and support blood pressure control, all essential for kidney health. So, what makes these vegetables kidney-friendly? They're naturally lower in potassium and water-soluble minerals, which means your body can process them more easily. In contrast, high-potassium vegetables like potatoes, beans, spinach, and tomatoes can cause potassium levels to rise too quickly, something people with chronic kidney disease must avoid. To make your meals even safer, try leaching high-potassium vegetables if you still want to enjoy them occasionally. This simple cooking method involves soaking sliced vegetables in warm water for a few hours and then boiling them in fresh water. It can cut the potassium content by nearly half. For best results, aim for 2 to 3 small servings of vegetables a day and spread them across your meals. Choose fresh or frozen over canned, since canned vegetables often contain added sodium. And when cooking, season with olive oil, garlic, or herbs instead of salt or tomato-based sauces. Want to switch things up? Try steaming broccoli and tossing it with a drizzle of lemon juice, or roast zucchini with a little olive oil for a crispy side dish. These recipes keep potassium low while adding flavor and variety to your diet. If you've already tried some of these vegetables, comment 1 below, and if you're hearing about them for the first time, comment 0. Oh, up next, we'll talk about beverages, which drinks quietly raise your potassium, and which ones can safely hydrate and support your kidneys every day. Knowing which foods are safe is only half the battle. The real change happens when you apply these habits consistently, every single day. The good news is, following a low-potassium lifestyle doesn't have to be complicated or restrictive. With a few smart swaps and mindful routines, you can protect your kidneys while still enjoying flavorful, satisfying meals. Start your day with a kidney-friendly breakfast. Instead of a banana smoothie, blend apples, berries, or pears with unsweetened almond milk. Add a tablespoon of chia seeds for fiber and a touch of cinnamon for taste. This keeps your potassium in check while giving you lasting energy. At lunch, choose grilled chicken or flounder with a side of steamed carrots or zucchini instead of red meat and potatoes. Remember, portion size matters. Keep each serving around 3 to 4 ounces of protein and half a cup of vegetables. For variety, add a slice of low-potassium fruit like an apple or a few strawberries for dessert. For snacks, swap high-potassium choices, like nuts or dried fruits with unsalted popcorn, rice cakes, or a handful of berries. If you enjoy dairy, try low-potassium, low-sodium alternatives such as rice milk or oat milk instead of cow's milk. Dinner can be simple yet nourishing. Think baked perch with roasted broccoli or corn on the cob. Flavor your dishes with fresh herbs, olive oil, lemon juice, or garlic instead of sauces or salt-heavy seasonings. This not only supports kidney health but also helps control blood pressure and fluid retention. To make the habit stick, keep a list of low-potassium foods on your refrigerator. As a daily reminder, planning ahead is key. Prepare your meals for the week. And if you're unsure about certain foods, consult a renal dietitian for personalized advice. And here's something I always tell my patients. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Small changes done every day are far more powerful than extreme diets you can't sustain. If you're ready to start applying these tips, type "I'm ready" in the comments below. Up next, we'll cover a few important notes and warnings, things you absolutely need to know before making major changes to your kidney diet. Even the healthiest foods can become harmful when your kidneys struggle to remove excess potassium. That's why it's so important to know which foods are quietly pushing your potassium levels too high, even if they seem good for you. Some of the biggest culprits are bananas, potatoes, tomatoes, spinach, beans, and avocados. Just one medium banana can pack over 425 milligrams of potassium, and a single serving of cooked spinach or baked potato can go well beyond that. For someone with chronic kidney disease, that's enough to cause potassium buildup, leading to symptoms like muscle weakness, fatigue, or even dangerous heart rhythm problems. Many people don't realize that whole grains, dairy products, and even certain fruit juices like orange or vegetable juice are also high in potassium. 1 cup of milk can have nearly 380 milligrams, while tomato juice can top 500. It's not about cutting these out completely, but being mindful of portions and frequency. Another hidden source? Fast food and processed snacks. French fries, potato chips, and canned soups often contain both high potassium and sodium, a double threat to your kidneys. Just one small order of fries can have over 400 milligrams of potassium. Here's a helpful tip. When you're craving something salty or crunchy, try popcorn or rice cakes instead of chips. If you love pasta, choose low-sodium tomato alternatives, or use olive oil and herbs as a base instead of tomato sauce. And remember, it's not just what you eat, it's how much. Even low-potassium foods can add up if you eat them in large portions. Keeping track of your total daily potassium intake, ideally between 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams for most kidney patients, can help prevent dangerous spikes. If you've accidentally eaten some of these high-potassium foods before, you're not alone. It happens to almost everyone learning about kidney nutrition. The key is awareness and moderation. Now, while keeping potassium under control is essential, cutting it out completely can be just as risky. Up next, we'll talk about why you should never go too low on potassium and how to strike the perfect balance for healthy kidneys. While it's true that too much potassium can be dangerous for weak kidneys, going too low can be just as harmful. Your body still needs potassium. It's an essential mineral that helps your heart beat steadily, your muscles contract properly, and your nerves send signals efficiently. Completely cutting it out can cause fatigue, irregular heartbeat, and even worsen kidney health over time. Think of potassium like a thermostat. Your body needs it at just the right level. When your intake drops too low, it can upset the balance of fluids and electrolytes in your blood. This imbalance may cause dizziness, cramps, or even an increased risk of heart problems. For older adults, this is especially risky because their kidneys are already more sensitive. That's why experts don't recommend completely avoiding potassium, but rather managing it carefully. For most people with kidney issues, staying around 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams per day is the sweet spot, enough to keep your body functioning, but not so much that it builds up in the blood. The key is moderation and variety. Include small portions of low-potassium fruits and vegetables, and spread them throughout the day, instead of eating large servings at once. Pair these with balanced protein sources like chicken, eggs, or white fish, and limit high-potassium sides, such as potatoes or beans. If you're ever unsure, it's best to work with a renal dietitian. They can help you find the right balance based on your blood tests and health condition. And don't forget, hydration. Proper water intake helps flush out excess potassium naturally. Remember, the goal isn't to fear potassium, it's to understand it. With the right guidance and awareness, you can keep your levels stable and your kidneys safe. If this video helped you understand potassium better, type balance in the comments below. Up next, let's wrap everything up with a simple summary and a few key recommendations you can start applying today. Small steps that make a big difference for your kidney health. We've covered a lot today, from understanding which foods are high or low in potassium to learning how to balance your meals. Choose safe proteins like fish and chicken, and enjoy fruits and vegetables that protect your kidneys instead of harming them. You've also learned that managing potassium isn't about cutting it out completely, but keeping it in the right range, usually between 1,500 and 2,000 milligrams a day for most kidney patients. Here's what matters most. Knowledge is power. When you understand what's really on your plate, you can make simple, confident choices that protect your kidneys every single day. A few smart swaps like apples instead of bananas, broccoli instead of potatoes, or perch instead of salmon can lower your potassium load and help your kidneys work more efficiently. But remember, kidney disease doesn't wait. It progresses quietly, often without warning. By the time symptoms like swelling, fatigue, or changes in urine appear, the damage may already be serious. That's why starting today matters. Every small, mindful change you make now can slow the decline or even improve your kidney numbers over time. If you're watching this and thinking, "It's too late for me," I want you to know it's not. The kidneys are resilient organs. With the right diet, hydration, and consistency, they can still recover strength. Start small. Swap one food. Drink one more glass of water. Keep a list of your safe foods on your fridge. Those little steps add up. Before you make any major diet changes, always talk to your doctor or a registered renal dietitian. Everyone's needs are different, and your potassium target may depend on your specific lab results and treatment plan. And if this video has helped you understand your kidney diet a little better, please take a moment to subscribe to Kidney Health 365 and tap the bell icon so you never miss our next video. In our next episode, we'll dive deeper into Stop High Creatinine, Top 10 Low-Potassium Foods to Protect Your Kidneys and Avoid Dialysis. You don't want to miss it. It's full of practical tips and real-life food examples you can start using right away. I'm Dr. Mattheus. Thank you for watching. And remember, small steps every day lead to big changes in your kidney health.